friends, my name is Kim. Welcome back to Healing Place Cottage. Welcome to my kitchen. I'm so happy to have you with me today. Today we're going to make, pardon me, a recipe from the Mediterranean diet, quick and easy favorites, and we're going to make Mediterranean white bean soup. And so the first thing it wants us to do is to put a tablespoon of olive oil in our pan and to dice some onion. It calls for 1 large onion. It calls for 2 to 3 celery stalks. I always thought that was a rib, not a stalk. I thought the whole thing was a stalk. But this is the second time in a week that something is called for 2 to 3 celery stalks, and they meant just 2 to 3 pieces of celery. Says to cook about 3 to 5 minutes, and then until it's translucent. I'm going to put a little bit more olive oil in there. It calls for 2 cloves of garlic. One teaspoon of dried thyme. A half a teaspoon of oregano. It calls for 6 cups of vegetable broth. I'm doing a lesser recipe, a smaller version of the recipe, so this is 32 ounces. I think that'll be plenty. It calls for 3 cans of white beans. I'm going to use 2. And I had 1 can of cannellini beans and 1 can of Great Northern beans. I think that'll be fine. And it says to bring that to a boil and reduce heat and simmer for 15 minutes. And then at the end, we're going to stir in spinach and continue to cook until the spinach wilts about 2 minutes and remove from heat. So we'll let that come up to a boil and then cook for 15 minutes. We're ready to add the spinach. It calls for 2 cups, which should end up being about a half a teaspoon when it's all cooked. Kidding. So it says to let this go for about 2 minutes until it's completely wilted. It looks beautiful. Very nice. I'm not normally a thyme fan, but I decided to go with what the recipe called for, and it's a great flavor. So maybe it's just certain things that I've had thyme in that I didn't like, or maybe it's the combination of thyme and tarragon, and this was thyme and oregano. So very good. The sauce or the soup thickened to a great broth. Um, I would probably add a little bit more garlic. I don't taste the garlic, and I would love to taste the garlic because I'm a huge garlic fan. So I would probably add just a hint more garlic, but other than that, I think it's delicious and it's good for us. Only 148 calories in a bowl, 10 grams of fat, 3.3 grams of fiber, only 11.9 grams of carbs, and 2.4 grams of protein. So it's not high on protein, which surprises me because of the beans, but it's still really in the good range for us. Very diabetic friendly and great for a cold winter's day. If you enjoyed this recipe, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already done so, follow me on TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook, and you can become a subscriber on YouTube. At Healing Place Cottage, it helps people find my channel when they are looking for diabetic friendly recipes. And I post videos every Tuesday and Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, always diabetic friendly, oftentimes low carb, always under 30 minutes to prepare. I hope that you enjoyed our recipe today, and I look forward to cooking with you again soon. Take care, friends.